Commander Sarah Chen stared at the holographic display floating above her desk, watching the crimson dots spread across the Outer Rim territories like a digital plague. For 3 years, humanity had maintained its neutrality in the Galactic War, content to observe from the safety of their isolated solar system, while the Zephyrian Empire and the coalition of free worlds tore each other apart among the stars. Earth's High Council had been adamant: no involvement, no alliances, no interference. They had learned from history's bloodiest conflicts that sometimes the wisest course was to simply stay out of other people's wars. The galaxy was vast, and Earth was young among the starfaring civilizations. Let the ancient powers destroy themselves, while humanity quietly built its strength. But now, as Sarah watched the tactical readout update in real time, she knew their isolation was about to end with devastating finality. "Ma'am," Lieutenant Torres called from his station, his voice tight with controlled panic. "We're receiving a transmission from the outer detection grid. It's massive." Sarah turned toward the main view screen as it flickered to life, revealing a sight that made her blood run cold. Emerging from the swirling chaos of hyperspace came a fleet unlike anything in the database. The ships were angular, predatory things that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Their hulls were covered in a substance that shifted and flowed like liquid metal, and energy signatures pulsed along their surfaces in patterns that hurt to look at directly. "How many?" Sarah asked, though she dreaded the answer. "Initial count suggests over 2,000 capital ships, Commander. And they're not Zephyrian or Coalition design. The computer can't match them to any known configuration." A chill ran down Sarah's spine. In 3 years of war, only 2 major powers had been fighting. If these ships belonged to neither faction, then the galaxy had just become infinitely more dangerous. The communication array crackled to life, and an alien voice filled the bridge. It spoke in perfect, emotionless English, though something about the cadence suggested the words were being translated in real time. "Inhabitants of the third planet. I am Nexarch Vex High of the Umbral Collective. Your species has been classified as a potential threat to galactic stability. You have 36 hours to surrender your homeworld and submit to integration into our consciousness matrix. Resistance will result in total extinction." The transmission ended, leaving the bridge in stunned silence. Sarah's mind raced. The Umbral Collective, she'd heard whispers of them in classified intelligence reports. An ancient civilization from the galaxy's dark rim, rumored to consume entire species and add their knowledge to some kind of collective mind. Most analysts had dismissed them as legend, a boogeyman story told by spacers to frighten colonists. "Ma'am, incoming transmission from High Command," Torres reported. Fleet Admiral Martinez's weathered face appeared on screen, his expression grim. "Sarah, I'm uploading all available intelligence on the Umbral Collective to your ship's database. What we know isn't much, but it's not good." They'd been moving through the outer spiral, conquering system after system. The Zephyrians and Coalition forces that tried to stop them. There are no survivors. Sarah felt the weight of command settling on her shoulders like a lead blanket. "What are our orders, sir?" "The High Council is in emergency session, but I'll tell you what they're going to decide. We're going to fight. Not because we want war, but because the alternative is the end of human civilization. You're our best deep space commander, Sarah. I'm giving you full tactical authority over Earth's defense." The Admiral paused, his eyes haunted. "The irony isn't lost on me. We stayed out of the Galactic War to preserve humanity, and now we're facing something that makes that war look like a playground dispute." As the transmission ended, Sarah turned to her crew. The USS Defiance was Earth's newest and most advanced warship, but against a fleet of 2,000 alien vessels, it felt woefully inadequate. "Torres, contact all Earth defense stations. I want every ship, every satellite, every orbital platform armed and ready. Send a priority transmission to the Mars colonies. They need to activate their defense protocols immediately. What about the outer colonies, Commander? Asked Dr. Yuki Tanaka from the science station. Sarah's jaw tightened. Send evacuation warnings to Titan Base and the Jupiter mining platforms. If they can't reach Earth in 30 hours, they'll have to run dark and hope the collective doesn't consider them worth pursuing. The next 18 hours passed in a blur of frantic preparation. Earth's small but technologically advanced fleet took defensive positions around the planet, while orbital defense platforms powered up weapons systems that had never been tested in actual combat. The Mars Defense Force, though small, pledged their support, though their ships wouldn't arrive in time for the initial assault. As Sarah stood on the bridge of the Defiance, positioned at the edge of Earth's defensive perimeter, she couldn't help but think about the cosmic irony of their situation. Humanity had spent decades developing the technology for interstellar travel, dreaming of joining the galactic community. They'd imagined first contact as a moment of wonder and discovery, not as an ultimatum for surrender. The Umbral fleet had taken position just beyond the orbit of Neptune, their dark ships arranged in perfect geometric formations that spoke of inhuman precision. Long-range sensors detected energy buildups across their fleet, and Sarah knew their time had run out. All ships, this is Commander Chen, she broadcast on the fleet frequency. In a few minutes, we're going to face an enemy that has conquered civilizations older and more powerful than ours. But we have something they don't understand: the stubborn human refusal to surrender when our backs are against the wall. She paused, looking out at the blue marble of Earth hanging in the darkness. Earth stayed out of the galactic war, but the war has come to us. Today, we fight not just for our planet, but for the right of every species to choose its own destiny. All ships, prepare for engagement. The enemy fleet began to move, their dark forms cutting through space like shadows given substance. Sarah gripped the command chair's armrests and prepared to write the first chapter of humanity's entry into galactic warfare, a chapter that would determine whether there would be any more chapters to follow. In the distance, Earth turned serenely on its axis, unaware that its children were about to face their greatest test among the stars.